What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel, bringing you another heavy-hitting update straight from the heart of the star in Frisco. And folks, this one is big. The Dallas Cowboys have officially taken a major step toward shoring up their offensive line by bringing in none other than veteran guard Kevin Zeitler. Yes, the Cowboys have added a reliable, proven, and respected piece up front to protect Dak Prescott, and the implications of this move go far beyond just filling a hole on the depth chart. This is about leadership. This is about experience. And most importantly, this is about protecting the franchise quarterback and keeping this offense operating at the level it's expected to. If you've been following the Cowboys closely, then you already know that the offensive line has been a growing concern, and this move sends a loud message that the front office knows it too. Let's rewind a bit and paint the full picture here. The Cowboys entered the offseason with significant question marks along their offensive line. The legendary Tyron Smith, a cornerstone of this team for over a decade, departed in free agency. Zach Martin, the perennial All-Pro and team captain, announced his retirement after the 2024 season, leaving a massive leadership and performance void at right guard. With both of those veterans gone, and with young players like Tyler Smith and rookie Cooper Beebe still learning the ropes, it was clear the Cowboys needed someone, not just anyone, but someone who could step in, stabilize the interior, and offer veteran leadership immediately. Enter Kevin Zeitler, a 13-year NFL veteran who has done nothing but produce high-level play wherever he's gone. For those of you not entirely familiar with Zeitler's body of work, let me break it down for you. He's the kind of player coaches love and quarterbacks trust. Originally drafted in the first round out of Wisconsin back in 2012 by the Cincinnati Bengals, Zeitler has had stops with the Browns, Giants, Ravens, and most recently the Lions. And let me tell you, his play hasn't dipped. Despite being in his mid-30s, Zeitler was still performing at an elite level in both pass protection and the run game. In fact, in 2023, while with the Baltimore Ravens, he earned a Pro Bowl nod, grading out as one of the top pass-blocking guards in the entire league according to most advanced metrics. He allowed just 2 sacks all season while playing nearly every offensive snap. That level of consistency, durability, and discipline is exactly what Dallas has been missing on the right side since Martin stepped away. Now, what does this mean for Dak Prescott? Well, simply put, this is huge. If you watched the Cowboys last year, you saw the toll the lack of protection took in key moments. Yes, Dak had one of his statistically best seasons, and yes, the offense put up numbers, but when it came down to the nitty-gritty, third and longs, high-pressure red zone snaps, you could see the cracks forming up front. There were too many breakdowns in communication, too many defenders getting into the backfield untouched, and too many hits on the quarterback. Bringing in Zeitler immediately upgrades the pocket integrity for Dak, giving him more time to operate, more confidence to stand tall, and a better chance to find his weapons downfield. With CeeDee Lamb turning into a true WR1 and Brandon Cooks offering that deep ball threat, the one thing this offense couldn't afford was interior pressure collapsing plays before they even developed. Zeitler helps prevent exactly that. But let's also not overlook what this move does for the younger guys on the roster. We've got players like Tyler Smith, who's shown flashes of dominance at left guard and even left tackle when needed. Rookie Cooper Beebe, drafted out of Kansas State, is highly regarded for his strength and tenacity, but he's raw, not yet ready to take on elite NFL defensive tackles week in and week out. By bringing in Zeitler, the Cowboys give these young linemen time to grow and learn without the pressure of being day one saviors. Zeitler doesn't just bring production, he brings mentorship. He's known across the league as a film junkie, a technique perfectionist, and a locker room presence that makes a difference. His arrival allows the offensive line unit to gel around a veteran presence who sets the tone. Now, I know what some people are going to say, but he's 34. Aren't the Cowboys just signing another aging vet past his prime? And look, I get the concern. But here's the thing, not every veteran is the same. Kevin Zeitler is one of those rare players who's managed to maintain his level of play deep into his career because of how he prepares and how he takes care of his body. He's not a guy who relies on athleticism that fades with age. His game is built on technique, leverage, hand placement, and football IQ, all things that don't decline the way speed or explosiveness might. Just look at what he did in Detroit last year. Starting all 17 games, rarely flagged, rarely beaten, and he helped anchor one of the most balanced defensive attacks in the league. That's not washed up. That's still elite. From a financial standpoint, this move also makes a ton of sense. Zeitler isn't going to command the kind of money that would hamstring the team's cap situation. This is a classic low-risk, high-reward signing. A one-year deal in the $6.9 million range? That's a bargain for a player who could start all season and provide Pro Bowl caliber play. It's the kind of smart, calculated move that championship caliber front offices make. They know when to trust the kids, and they know when to plug in the veteran to keep the ship steady. And let's talk about the message this sends. The Cowboys front office has taken a lot of heat this offseason for playing things a bit too conservatively, not being aggressive enough in free agency, not making blockbuster trades, and letting longtime leaders walk without clear replacements. This Zeitler move? It tells me that the Jones family is finally recognizing the importance of the trenches again. You win games with quarterback play, yes, but you win championships in the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line. That's where the war is won. And now with Zeitler in the fold, the Cowboys are showing that they're serious about giving Dak the tools to succeed, not just with flashy receivers or speedy backs, but with actual time to throw the ball. So what comes next? Well, with Zeitler locking down the right guard spot, this gives the Cowboys flexibility in the upcoming training camp battles. Do they kick BB inside for depth at left guard? Does Tyler Smith take a full-time move to left tackle to replace Tyron Smith? And how does this affect the overall offensive identity under new OC Brian Schottenheimer? These are questions the coaching staff will now have the luxury to answer with a bit more breathing room. Instead of scrambling to find 5 competent starters, they now have options, combinations to test, depth to develop, and maybe even a bit of competition to spark growth in the young guys. And don't forget, this move also has ripple effects across the locker room. When you bring in a guy like Zeitler, it tells your team that you're here to compete now. It sends a message to the veterans who've been grinding that the front office isn't punting the season. It energizes the room. It shows belief in this current core. That kind of momentum is real and it's contagious. In the end, this might not be the flashiest move of the offseason. There won't be highlight reels of Kevin Zeitler blowing guys off the ball like a pancake machine. But the impact will be felt on every single play, every single drive, every single snap that Dak Prescott stands tall in a clean pocket and delivers a strike downfield. The O-line is the heartbeat of an offense, and with Zeitler now in the mix, the Cowboys' heartbeat just got a whole lot stronger. So what do y'all think? Was this the right move? Does Kevin Zeitler have enough in the tank to anchor this line and help lead the Cowboys back to postseason glory? Or would you have preferred the team take a chance on youth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to be responding to as many as I can. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're hyped about the Cowboys making smart, veteran-driven moves, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you never miss a beat on Cowboys news, analysis, and weekly breakdowns. We've got a lot to talk about this season, and I'm glad you're here for the ride. Until next time, keep ripping that star, and I'll catch you in the next one.